sanctified. Good day and welcome to P.A.W. News. Produced by the House of SVOI, I am the owner and executive digital media producer and your host, Katherine Symthe. In a time when heroes are silently impacting our life, P.A.W. News gives them a voice so that you are aware of their works. Discover people through our lens. We go into the field and discover these heroes so that you know that you are not alone. Now, House of SVOI wishes to thank some of our allies and sponsors that are part of the House of SVOI. We wish to thank Positive Direction, the Wholeness Center, with our very own Sonia Beatrice. Discover her at www.positive-direction.com. Hey, do you need a hair makeover? Then Salon Divas of San Antonio, owned by Hilda De Hoyos, is your key. Today is the second episode of P.A.W. News, and we are interviewing Katrina. I always have a hard time saying her last name. She's the Reverend here at the Center for Practical Spirituality, and I would love to introduce her.
Well, thank you so very much. I greatly appreciate it. And my last name is actually pronounced Ornelas.
Ornelas.
There you go.
Katrina, can you tell the audience here what it is that you do here for the Center for Practical Spirituality?
Well, one of the things that we do here at Center for Practical Spirituality is we actually provide one and all with a spiritual place of peace and of tranquility and of happiness more than anything. And it's kind of like one of the things that I try to provide is a place where if you're atheist, if you're Buddhist, if you are gay and Catholic but don't feel comfortable enough to go there, or your new thought, or your metaphysical, or you like what Oprah's doing and you want some place to come that's actually here in San Antonio, then by all means, that's why Center for Practical Spirituality is here for you. We're here to provide you that spiritual and emotional support that so many people are really, truly looking for and wanting.
And how does it differ from, say, the other churches that are out there? I mean, what makes your center so unique?
Well, one of the things that we do is we stay very focused on truth. And so what is truth? Truth is going to be, God is omnipresent. God is all-knowing. And so the God is not so much out there, but it is within us. We're co-creators with God. How are we co-creators? We are the expression of God and of love in action. And so via our words, our thoughts, and and everything that we do, then we are the expression of Him. And so we try to help each person individually and each religion, regardless of what religion it is, be it Pentecostal, once again Buddhist or Hindu, or even Unitarian or divine religious science. Each religion has its specific need and desire for each person that's in attendance. So whenever we're here as Center for Practical Spirituality, the living church of today, what we provide is those truths of really wanting for that person to be spiritually fed and nurtured, so that they can continue to be on their perfect divine path, that which they're being called to be a part of. And that's how it makes us different. Now, we're held very accountable, very responsible. So we can't blame others and go, well, it's her fault. It's kind of like, no. What are we creating in our minds? What are our beliefs inside that are creating the outside? So it's not the kind of place where you kind of can say, okay, let me go ahead and grab this book and here are all the answers. No, you are the book of life. And so,
And is that how you connect to people and reach them through all the turmoil and through all the chaos that is out there?
Pretty much. What happens is that in everyday life, all of a sudden, I might be sitting at, for instance, I might go and be at, Starbucks, for instance, and all of a sudden it's like I strike up a conversation and that person has actually been asking the universe, God, I call him Dumbo Ears because he hears all, what is my life purpose? What am I to do with Mom? What am I to do with my life? Whatever the question may be. And then all of a sudden we're striking up a conversation, and in this conversation truths are revealed via I allowing myself to be that generator of love to that person.
Wow.
So all of a sudden there are no coincidences. Every person that we meet is by divine timing and divine order. So
That is so correct. And we teach in the House of Savoy that we are here to help you connect. You are not alone. How did the Center for Practical Spirituality begin?
Oh, wow. That's a loaded question. So, so Dr. Ann Kunith, back in 2007, she actually decided to retire. So 5 women, including myself in those 5, we actually said, okay, we're going to go ahead and take this wonderful venture under our wings. And so from that, some different people have actually branched out. I'm the only one that's actually still with Center for Practical Spirituality, but the other ladies went ahead and actually, one started a healing ministry on her own in her own home. Another lady, she went ahead and she continued to follow her calling in reference to the dancing and the spiritual part of dance, and she also ministers. Another lady, she's actually, continued in her venture of actually being clairvoyant and Reiki and doing her own, card reading business. Another lady, lost her way of, what she was doing and so on and so forth, or what she's doing now. And then for myself, I went ahead and stayed and have continued being with Center for Practical Spirituality, and we're going on 6 years now, so we're real happy.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I believe in faith of a mustard seed. It only takes a little mustard seed to make an impact. How has this center impacted people's lives that you have seen?
So there's been a lot of different impacts. People are always going to come and go, okay? Center for Practical Spirituality has actually planted seeds in different people, and they've either gone and flourished and done their own thing. For example, I have another person who is still with Center for Practical Spirituality, but he actually flourished and got the courage to actually start the Alchemy Society.
Wow.
And so he has the Alchemy Society here. We have other people that have been impacted in the sense of, I had a young man, he was only 16 and a half, his grandmother brought him over. He tells me at the end, I'm really atheist, but I really liked your sermon, and by the way, I didn't leave. So I know that helped that young man, and he knows that he has a home and that he's been accepted unconditionally, regardless of where his spirituality is at, because it's now about your spiritual growth, your spiritual life. It's not about dogma, it's not about a specific religion, it is about how are we nourishing your soul. That's the truth.
And that is so important. For those of you that have been following the House of Savoy, know that I am a thriver, not a survivor, because I'm thriving now, of some trauma when I was a child. And part of that conditioning was that I was not accepted into church when I was 18 or 19, because they were like, well, God, you didn't pray hard enough, and that's why what happened to you. And as I've come to find out, that is a stereotype and fear of not wanting to help somebody that has been through trauma, didn't want to go to church, and a friend told me to come here, and I was like, you want me to step inside a church after 22 years? And so I had this I'm going to judge her thing, because, I've been judged. She awoke in me, and I have fallen in love with the Center for Practical Spirituality, and it's been so amazing, because now I have a new prospect and love coming here. And while I cannot come here all the time, it always seems like when I do, it's like these profound messages, and I'm like, Katrina, oh my God, can you believe it? What is the true mission for the Center of the Practical Spirituality?
So our true mission is to spiritually feed one and all. I mean, that is so simple. I mean, it's just, it's simple, it's concise, and it's the truth. What do people want? They want to be loved unconditionally.
That is true.
I know I wanted to be accepted and loved unconditionally, and whenever I met Ann Kunith, who, by the way, is a prodigy child of Catherine Ponder and was very good friends of Joseph Murphy, and, it's kind of like, the truth was revealed in so many different ways via New Thought, via, just kind of like religious science, divine science, unity, all of these wonderful, the people that have been out there and that started this wonderful movement in the 1800s. Women started this, and they actually listened to intuition. They listened to spirit, and they started writing. And then, you have, for instance, another great book, which is The Course in Miracles. And then you have, Wayne Dyer, and you have Louise Hayes, and you have Eckhart Tolle, and you have, Don Miguel Ruiz, and you have all of these greats today that actually were nurtured and fostered and actually sprung from the Melinda Kramers, these wonderful women that just continue to listen to spirit, just like you listen to spirit, just like I listen to spirit. And so literally unconditional love and being spiritually fed so that they can continue to go on their divine plan and their life's purpose.
That is so awesome. Now, House of Savoy has been interacting with the Center for Practical Spirituality and independent artists and artists. We are very spiritual people. How have you found House of Savoy, and how do you see artists having a home with the Center for Practical Spirituality?
Once again, you're going to be accepted. We're all going to be a part of different walks of life. We're not going to be perfect. Are you kidding me? I'm far from perfect, and I'm the Reverend. So, it's kind of like, and that's something that has truly been a gift for Center for Practical Spirituality. Whenever people have ended up meeting myself and then other people that actually come to the center, like yourself, you said it best. You came with the preconception or the thought that I'm going to judge her. She's going to, put me in a little box. She's not going to accept me. And it was quite the opposite.
Yeah. I felt silly afterwards. I was like, okay, I won't even say that. Okay.
The little atheist young man, that went ahead and kind of came in, and really his grandmother thought, who's one of our parishioners, she said, oh my God, Katrina, he stayed. Oh my goodness. She was shocked. But what she was even more shocked about was that he actually said, I really liked your service. Wow. And I was shocked. I was like, wow, thank you. Because it wasn't me. I am merely the generator, the vessel, the tool, the wonderful projector I'm the telephone. I'm the blah of life. Doreen Virtue, by the way, it's kind of like I'll plug myself here. I also do angel card readings. I do cleansings of homes, of self, I do quinceañeras and marriages. Why quinceañeras? Because it's not just a Catholic rituals. There's other people that would really love to be able to celebrate without having to do all of the other different things that are prerequisites. Marriages. Marriages of, gay and lesbians. Because of the fact that we're all encompassing. So, do I sometimes get judged because I'm so open? Pretty much, but that's okay. It's okay. Our purpose is to spiritually feed one and all and to embrace unconditionally. Now, we might be for you today. Great. You might not want to come tomorrow or 3 weeks from now or a month from now.
But you will come back.
But you'll come back. And guess what? We're going to be here.
And how do people find you and get a hold of you so that they know where this is located to have this profound experience?
Thank you. So there are several ways of actually getting in touch with us. One is through www.c4ps.org. And so that's going to be the number one way to actually go and see what we provide, what we do, and the different events that are actually happening here at the center, which we're located at 202 Holland Avenue. And the place that we're actually housed is called River City Living Church. And so it has a beautiful garden. I know that you can kind of see it, but that's one way. And of course, our phone number is 210-201-3396. And another way of getting in touch with us or with me is just to go to Katrina Ornelas at hotmail.com. So that's another way. And you can also email us and also Facebook us at Center for Practical Spirituality. You can find two different websites. One is going to be an actual page and the other one is going to be like a person. And then the other way of emailing us is going to be renewedc4ps@gmail.com. I think I got it all.
That was a mouthful, but make sure that on that extension for C that it is .org and not .com, because I made that same mistake. I want to thank Katrina here on this very special second episode of Paul News, Center for Practical Spirituality. Center for Practical Spirituality is a hero in our community. They embody, cherish, connect. They are an embodiment of what a true hero is. And for those of you out there, thank you. And if you know a hero of somebody that's impacting your life out there, contact the House of Savoy at www.facebook.com/House of Savoy or at Katherine.Symthe@gmail.com or 210-897-8369. Or if you wish to become a sponsor of our production companies, contact us. But for this day and this time, we thank and namaste to our hero, Katrina of Center for Practical Spirituality. Thank you.